This is all part of the Howard Webb special show. He talked about after that clip, it could be a foul, it might be a foul. The VAR decides the evidence from the footage isn't clear enough to intervene for a review for a clear error. The opinion that it's split after a lot of analysis since the situation, I'm not quite sure how it was split, suggests that that was a correct non-intervention because of the subjectivity. Frank Leboeuf is with us. Craig, what did you make of that audio? What did you make of it?
It was actually boringly longer than that, wasn't it?
It was 4.5 minutes.
Because there was the ball out of play,
yeah.
which was inconclusive, for sure,
yeah.
with the angles that they had. But I'm still on the same page that I was on when it happened, in that I think Gabriel was either going to head the ball because of the height of the ball, was going to try and head it back the way it came, or he was going to try and flick it that way.
What about what, like you talk about, is boringly long? I thought actually went quite quickly for a 4.5-minute clip because it kind of gave you an insight as to what was going on and what they were looking at. It
didn't go quickly for me.
But don't you think it kind of humanises them a little bit? Like, if you had that going out in a stadium or going out at home whilst they're looking at all the different angles and things, don't you think that would garner more sympathy for the officials than just sat there for 4.5 minutes looking into space?
How can that go out in the stadium?
Well, at home then. Like, if you
I don't know.
No.
Why not?
For a start, it sounded a bit like organised chaos.
But it always does. There doesn't seem to... Like, every audio clip you hear of these VAR reviews, one person say another, and then another, and do that, and then do this, and do that,
Honestly,
and do that.
I wouldn't like to sit and listen to that. The only thing I would change I would 100% have the referee making the decision whether it's a foul or not. I still don't understand why the final decision doesn't come down to the referee on the field of play, because he's got the heartbeat of the game and everything else, and that's why he's there. He ultimately should be the one refereeing the game, so he's the one that should decide whether there's a push in the back or not. I mean, again, we heard it on the thing. There's 2 hands on his back, but there's not enough. But he's not refereeing the game. So let the referee decide. But personally, I don't want to listen to all that nonsense. You got the referee.
We just sat 4.5 minutes looking at a picture of the referee and listen to
you got the referee telling the players to get away. You got the referee asking them at the same time what's going on. You've got them with each other. You got another guy asking for the ball to be that was deciding whether it was over the line or not. Yeah. You've got the referee. So you've got the assistant in the VAR asking somebody else that's not the referee to move something on 2 paces. I mean, you've got people talking all over the shop. I just thought it sounded a mess.
I mean, I think the key here is, for me, is that in the booth they didn't feel, even though there was 2 arms, 2 hands on a back of the head, back of the shoulders, that they didn't feel that was enough. As if they're basically suggesting that Gabriel was throwing himself in a position not to play the ball regardless. I've not changed my position on that. That was a foul. Stevie's right. At the very least, Stuart Atwell should have been sent to the monitor. I said, look, we can't conclusively say the ball's not over the line. The on-field decision stands. Have a look and see if you think that's a foul. Have a little trot over. But they didn't do that. And I don't know what Howard Webb's talking about. Well, the analysis is split. He's probably been spending a couple of days on social media following a few idiots. I still think it was pretty clear foul to me on the defender, and it should have been chopped off. I wonder if Nicol sitting in North London somewhere listening to the VAR going, that's... I bet he's throwing stuff at that TV when Howard Webb's on.
Frank, what did you make of hearing it?
Well, I found it very overwhelming for all the coaches in the VAR. But it's funny that when they touched the point of whether Gabriel was pushed by Joelinton, they asked for a high behind angle where we didn't see clearly, where you have another angle that we know now, which is behind the goal on the left side. And we clearly see Joelinton pushing Gabriel, and they didn't use that because they rejected the case very quickly and went on to whether Joelinton was touching the ball with his hand or not. And they forgot about the main problem, which was Joelinton pushing Gabriel. And then when the ref asked to confirmation, say, yeah, okay, no foul, we don't see anything, the ball wasn't outside of the line, it's not a handball from Joelinton, it's not offside, so yeah, you can confirm the goal. They would have checked from that side, the behind the goal side where the camera was, they would have seen the pushing from Joelinton, the clearly pushing from Joelinton, and they would have disallowed the goal. And I think the rush, yeah, it's 4.5 minutes. It may be too slow for Craig, but they have to do that in order to give the right answer, and they didn't.
But okay. Transparency and all that. Howard Webb back on TV and all that. What use to anybody is this VAR recording when we know pretty much exactly what has gone on, right? There was no conclusive angles, and the people in the booth didn't think it was a foul.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed.
That's it.
Nothing. That's it. And that's the problem across the board. The decision making across the board. There's no. We don't need any audio to go, oh, that's insightful. We knew as soon as he gave the goal and didn't send the referee to the monitor that the officials in the booth in Stockley Park didn't think the two hands on the back warranted a chopping of goal off.
Craig,
or warranted the referee going to the what?
Do you really think that if the ref would have gone to the TV to check by himself, he would have changed the mind of the others and would have say otherwise and say, yeah, I can see there is a foul from Gabriel, where the others they all went for the same decision?
I think if VAR had sent Stuart Atwell for a look at the monitor, I think there's a fair chance he may have reversed his on-field decision for the push. I think it's quite clear. I mean, I don't really see where that action anywhere else on the field is not given as a foul. So we keep saying this.
Right.
You know, so why would it not be a foul, particularly in such a dangerous area? So yeah, look, they've released the audio. It is what it is. But we could have told you what was in the audio. They didn't think it was a foul, in their opinion.